guys, welcome back to We Watch Movie. I'm Mike.
I'm Jay.
And back in the saddle again.
I feel like our theme song should be Dan it, Dan it. Dan it, Dan it, Dan it, Dan it, Dan it.
Shit. We got Scream news. Scream 5 news. I don't know if it's going to be called Scream 5, but that's what it's listed as.
It
on
should be
IMDb.
called Scream Still Screaming.
Okay, so here's what we already know about Scream. What we already knew about Scream is that the Ready or Not directors, Radio Silence, are going to be directing it.
This is like a band that nobody watched. Radio Silence.
Awesome directors. Perfect choice for Scream. We still don't know if Neve Campbell's going to be involved in it because she said that they reached out to her and she's thinking about it. We don't know how that's going to go. Dave Arquette's the only official member involved in it. But the new news for Scream 5 is that they are going to the Sizzler.
The Sizzler.
Going to Sizzler. We going to Sizzler.
Man, shut your tape woman having ass up.
But today the news came out that we knew Spyglass Entertainment was going to be producing the new Scream movie, but today it came out that they are also going to be producing the movie with Paramount Pictures.
Most triumphant.
What does it mean? I don't know what that means. I think what
It means
that
they're going to have a crossover Friday the 13th.
Nobody knows who
it's still locked in Judge Judy's court.
You shut up. Fuck. You shut up and you listen.
By the way, I know this is off subject, but I really wanted to say it really quick. Somebody said and Love and Dick's, since 1975.
Mm-hmm.
I was born in 84, but I loved it before I was even born. But the thing is, somebody asked, they said, how quickly do you think that a Friday the 13th film will be developed after it gets out of legal hell? I think right fucking away.
7 to 8 minutes.
That motherfucking elf is already building toys at the North Pole. Like, that shit's already happening. But anyway, go Scream. Paramount.
Yeah. So Paramount is also going to be producing Scream. They're going to be releasing it, which I don't know what that means. I don't know what it means.
It means a sexy thing.
What I think it means is that more money is going to be pumped in the project. So if you're worried about is Neve Campbell going to sign on or not, I think that this is going to give them
Am I worried about that?
The means to sign whoever the fuck they want, to also release it. But the most important thing that's come out of this Scream 5 update is that they also said that they're planning to release the movie. On
VOD.
No!
Oh.
You whore!
Damn.
To release the movie in 2021. That's next year, folks. They haven't even started filming it yet. They're planning to start filming in Wilmington, North Carolina, the same place.
Please.
I got pleated pants! Same place.
With the dog hairs.
They filmed Halloween Kills. They're supposedly going to start filming in summer of this year, but the plan is to release the movie in 2021.
I think that's good news for every Scream head out there. It's like now we're all gonna be, Deadheads for Grateful Dead. You fucking ghost heads. But no, that's good news. I'm glad that that's happening. But I don't look, the whole. It's not even a controversy, but the fact whether or not Neve Campbell signs up to come back for Scream 5, in my personal opinion, I don't want her to. I'd rather her not, unless she's coming back to die. Unless she's coming back to die.
Unless you're coming to die, don't show up to my party.
Happy are they who come to my supper. But no, listen, because I feel like it's time for Scream to move forward. I feel like it's time to stop, regurgitating
like the
same
TV series.
No, that's dog shit and wrapped up and sets it on fire on a stoop.
He called the shit poop.
Yeah, it was. But I meant it's time to, I don't want the same cast regurgitated up for Scream and have to constantly play that game again and again and again. If they're going to come back and be brutally murdered and move on from there and then go into a different cast, like a different kind of crew, I'd be okay with that. But either way, I just feel like it's time to move forward. Just like I said the same thing with Halloween, it's time to move forward. Jamie Lee Curtis, great actress, great addition to the overall Michael Myers lore, but it's time to go away now, Jim.
Here's what you're wrong about, Jay.
No, Mike, because you want to do that. You want to do Neve Campbell Scream 18.
What you're wrong about is this.
What?
Let me tell you now.
I'm never wrong.
Is that, dude, they clearly have a script in play. Mm-hmm. They clearly have a script which includes, maybe she does. Maybe she doesn't. Maybe I go to Taco Bell tonight.
That's going to be good.
But she's included in the script that they have for it. So, she's part of the plan.
No, I know.
So if they don't get her, by the way, we're dog sitting. This is a dog that we're dog sitting right
Does it not look like a Disney dog?
Hello, Dexter.
Hello, Dexter.
But look.
Looks like it robbed me.
Here's the thing. If Neve Campbell, if she doesn't come back to do it, then that means they're going to have a hole in their script, and then it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem, senorita.
Yeah, well, preparation... H feels good.
You definitely want her to come back. And look, they're bringing David Arquette back for sure. And we know for sure that they're trying to bring Neve Campbell back.
Yeah.
And if they want the movie to come out in 2021, then that tells me they already have a script in play. So if she doesn't come back, it's going to be a fucking problem. But
I'm not saying that she won't come back, and I know about the script and everything. I'm just saying, like, all I'm saying, my personal opinion, I know there's a lot of fans that love Neve Campbell and they love that character of Sydney and they want, David Arquette to come back and keep coming back as Doofy. I get it. But I think it's time that we move forward a little bit. And I'm saying at Scream 5, if you really want to impress to undress, what you'll do is bring those characters back, give us some love. And if you want the happy ending where they only come back for at the very end of the movie, like 20 minutes in, and they're like, oh my God, it happened again. Or some stupid shit like that, like we're watching CSI Miami, fine, no problem. But I think...
How stupid would that be, though, if like the whole movie takes place and all of a sudden Neve Campbell shows up like, sorry, I got a parking ticket.
Well, yeah, but you're giving fan service either way. But I'm just saying, like, I think that I would like to have a new cast of characters. But if Neve Campbell decides to come back and this is the last hoorah of her into the universe, then I'm okay with it.
But if you bring her back just to kill her off, doesn't that make her whole plight of Scream 1 through fucking 4 pointless?
Well,
like,
then,
I went through all this shit just to die by Ghostface's hands.
Well, you shouldn't have come in.
I don't think they can do that. Maybe she ends up the killer. Maybe she does.
Oh God, no!
I don't know what happens with it. I don't know what the right choice is, and the movie will dictate that, though. Like honestly, you can come up with any explanation for Scream you can. Okay, Neve Campbell should die early. Neve Campbell shouldn't be involved at all. Neve Campbell should be the hero. Neve Campbell should be the killer. And
Neve Campbell should be the face of Activia.
Either one of those, I can see a problem with. You can look at that and be like, well, that doesn't work because of this. The point is that if the script is already written and it's in play and they have a really good idea for it, which I think that they do because the guys that do this are so smart and they're so clever, I have a lot of faith in Scream 5.
Well, here's the thing.
I think it's going to be great.
Yeah.
But like, if at the last minute they don't get the people they need to come back, that can't be good for the movie that they planned.
Well, here's the thing. If the script is already written, it would be kind of dumb for them to try to sign or write it around an actress that doesn't want to be in it, or they don't even know she's going to be in it.
You want to Jamie it up with Halloween 6,
No,
right?
well, I'm saying, like, they wouldn't do that. I think what they're doing, like, if the script is already written and they haven't, like, solidified the deal with Neve Campbell, then they fucked themselves. I think they've already done that. I think that if she's an integral part of the plot, it's probably already happening. It's probably going to happen. And I'm not saying I'm against Neve Campbell coming back. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I think that it's time to move on now. Okay, God, we've had our fun in the sun, and let's go home. Winter's coming.
And that makes sense, Steven, but I think that they have something up their sleeve that's going to be special.
If Neve Campbell's the goddamn killer, I will shit a fucking brick.
It depends. All of this depends. If Neve Campbell's
There's a bug on the light.
There's a bug on the light!
They're gone, Michael, because you butchered the titties!
But by the way, but the good news is that Paramount is helping distribute it.
And they want it to come out in 2021, which is next fucking year.
See, that's weird, dude. How weird is it? Like, who was it? New Line or no? Dimension did Dimension did Scream. How weird is that going to be to go see Scream 5 and see Paramount? Like, the big fucking mountain?
Yeah.
Like, you goddamn sellouts.
That will feel strange.
I love it, though.
But Dimension is defunct. It doesn't even exist anymore. But, so that's the Scream 5 news, is basically Paramount's going to help distribute it, and the biggest part of that is that it's going to come out in 2021, which is really fucking soon, which is kind of wild.
Yeah.
But the other news that we're here to talk about today is Evil Dead 4.
Oh.
I mean, Evil Dead Now.
Oh.
I mean, Evil Dead Rise.
I like it.
They changed the name again. Bruce Campbell was on the Diablo.
Did Bane come up with that? Evil Dead Rise. I love it.
We will need it.
That's a better name than Evil Dead Now. Fucking now in all bright colors.
And this is the perfect play into this Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. You know what this week's matchup's going to be? Scream versus Evil Dead.
Evil Dead wins.
My God. It's going to be very interesting.
No, actually, it's not true. Well, no, that's a good match.
Think about it.
I'm going to go with Evil Dead.
Probably.
Yeah.
Because of the sequels.
Except for the first one. Oh, man,
I don't know.
Evil Dead's a sexual movie.
Yeah. But we're gonna Friday night, 9 p.m. We do a live show every Friday night where we take two franchises and we pit them against each other. And because of this news, we're gonna do Scream versus Evil Dead. They match up pretty well. It's gonna be a fun time.
Yep.
You guys get to join in live and vote on who wins in the chat. That'll be fun as fuck.
Yeah, because we're drunken fools, so we don't get to vote.
We can completely disregard responsibility for whatever happens, and it's beautiful. You all decide. But make sure you guys subscribe. Click that stupid fucking bell because trust me, if you don't, YouTube won't tell you we're having videos.
It's right there.
But be here Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern for a party.
See it? Click it.
But
Fridge tickler.
The Evil Dead news is Bruce Campbell came out a while back, and he was like, "Yeah, we're doing a fourth Evil Dead movie, and it's going to be called Evil Dead Now."
Get out of here!
Now, music volume 14.
Are you fucking selling squeegees? I swear to God, dude. When I heard that title, I was thinking of Marvel Comics. Marvel Now. Like I was thinking of that stupid bullshit.
I was thinking of Now music.
I know.
Volume 12.
It's so like over the top, cheesy. It's just awful. And if I saw Evil Dead Now, I would think it'd be the same lettering as Now the album.
I think,
but it feels like they were trying to sell me like not only a squeegee but a fucking slap chop. Like it'd be like, hey, welcome to Evil Dead Now.
Anybody can pull that kind of thing off. It's probably the Evil Dead franchise.
Oh, dude, it would be awful.
But the news is that it's actually not going to be called Evil Dead Now. Bruce Campbell was talking yet again, and he's like, by the way, this is completely different. We are not going to be in a cabin in the woods anymore, and it's going to be called Evil Dead Rise. Evil Dead Rise.
But that makes sense.
It's better. It's a better name than Evil Dead Now. Probably.
Are they going on the remakes sequel?
No, they are not. And the reason why I say that is because he said he's not going to be in the movie, which we already knew.
Yeah.
Because he's going to be a producer. But he mentioned specifically that what they want to do with the franchise moving forward is to take everyday people and like have everyday people in the main role, because that's kind of what Ash was built on anyways, right? But also, in other news, Collider talked to Jane Levy, who was the main woman in the Evil Dead remake, right?
Yeah.
And they asked her, are you going to be in another Evil Dead movie? And she point blank said no. She was like, I've spent enough of my career running around for 3 months crying and screaming and acting like I'm afraid. And I can't blame her for that, because I get it. It's the same Jamie Lee Curtis thing. Like,
that's so gross.
You get done with horror for a little while, but she doesn't want to come back for a new Evil Dead movie. So it's not going to take place after Evil Dead. It's not going to be about Jane Levy. But there's got to be a time travel element somewhere. But it's going to be a new character either way we go. And it's going to be called Evil Dead Rise.
I like the title. I think it's a lot more suitable for an Evil Dead movie, and I feel like, okay, well, if it's not a sequel to the remake that happened, which, by the way, we were harsh on it at first, but watching it, rewatching it, it's actually a decent film. It's not a bad flick at all.
Yeah.
And it's not a sequel to the greatness of Bruce Campbell's Ash character of the Evil Dead universe with Sam Raimi, which, by the way, I fucking wish to God Sam Raimi had got to make another Evil Dead movie.
Yeah.
The TV show was great too, but either way. If it's not any of that, if it's a new starter, like Evil Dead Rises makes a perfect, like if it's a new cast of characters and they read the Necronomicon as dumb shit motherfuckers do, and they release the Deadites everywhere, then that makes total sense, and I'm so down with that. Yeah, because at least now we know because if it's not an Ash continuation of his story and it's not the remake, then we know where we are.
I just saw it!
Dude. Seems like we're okay.
They didn't kill their fucking sisters, Michael!
Please, God, don't make it like this. Like, it takes place in... Oh my God. And it would be a perfect idea to do it because it ties itself into the 21st century and kind of like what the trend is, or it was 2 months ago. I can't keep up with fucking trends. Fuck it. But... It's like in a suburban neighborhood, this kid is making YouTube videos or some shit about the dark web and getting packages from the dark web at random, and a Necronomicon shows up and he reads from it. And then it fucking unleashes the Deadites in a suburban neighborhood.
Honestly, that doesn't even sound that bad.
It's terrible!
It doesn't sound that bad!
It's capitalizing on the most dumb shit I've ever seen.
If you did it well, though,
well, because you know those fucking dark web packages are fake as fuck. He's like, hey, could you put a dildo with blood on it in the package? Because I need to make some views.
And a watered down hard drive.
Yeah, like, by the way, I'm not saying anything against those guys that do that, but come on. Like, I mean, you really think that we think that you fucking went to the dark web and you ordered it random and got like a fucking bounty hunter list.
I saw one dude where a guy got a watered down hard drive and he plugged it up and this dude was like stomping on bunnies. I was like, this is fucked up.
I don't think that happened, but either way, you know what? But that was my idea. If I were like an executive, I'm like, all right, so a suburban kid named Danny, fucking in a small neighborhood, quiet in Connecticut, gets a dark web package, opens it up, it's a Necronomicon, he reads from it, it unleashes Deadites in the suburban neighborhood, and this kid, 14, 15, has to recruit his friends to go take on the Deadites.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you, like, if they did that well, I'd be into that storyline. It's fucking weird.
I guess I should work for Hollywood, because all I had was 5 fucking drinks. And I just come up with a plot.
I don't mind that at all. It's like Unfriended tied with the Evil Dead.
Unfriended Dark Web is actually a decent film. But either way, hey, you know what? I'm really happy that Evil Dead is back in the news. It's trending, and it really does suck. Okay, like one of the few guys that I would love to see step back in the role is Bruce Campbell as Ash one more time. And I know he did a great job with Stars. The Ash vs. Evil Dead series was great, and I loved it. But I always fucking feel cheated because Army of Darkness ended with him saying, come get some. And you never really got the continuation of that story unless it had happened with the Freddy versus Jason versus Ash.
That's what I was going to say. The perfect continuation of that.
That would have been it.
Would have been the Freddy versus Jason versus Ash script. Ash script. But and by the way, check out. We did a video on that whole script last week, so definitely check that out. But no, honest to God, like. I'm fine with it. I'm fine with Bruce Campbell not having anything to do with it because the Ash versus Evil Dead series was like Old Man Ash.
Yeah.
They did it.
It was kind of a wink to the fans.
They did it. Yeah. And like this way, Evil Dead can continue on, and you can continue it with new characters, and you can do something really cool with that. So I'm excited.
But it's kind of a bummer that
as long as you have that same feel, like that Raimi fucking like every man versus these.
Well, Raimi's got to have some influence.
Yeah,
like for sure.
And he's producing it. So
yeah, and you know, it's kind of a bummer though because I remember in the remake when you watch it, he's like "Hail to the King," and he's in the because then you kind of thought like, oh shit, are they going to have a crossover event where the new cast meet Ash?
Yeah,
and this whole
I said Groovy,
yeah, and the whole Necronomicon, all that shit, because it makes it Necronomicon can travel through time, parallel dimensions, and it would make sense. And I was like, oh fuck, we could get that possibility, and that never occurs now.
But I think the essence of Evil Dead and that like that fucking, I don't want to say like voyeurism of it, but the way that Evil Dead was, where it was just a bunch of kids in a cabin, and like you didn't even like when you watch that movie, you don't know that Ashley is going to be the fucking main guy. Mm-hmm. Like it just turns out that way. I think that bodes well for like moving the franchise forward because you can always have an everyman and you don't know who it's going to be in each movie. Really take the mantle of that on like Jane Levy did in the remake. Right. I think it'd be super fucking cool. And again, we already did Ash vs Evil Dead. We already had Old Man Ash,
and it was great. It was a great series. I just wanted to. I feel like that movie. Look, Army of Darkness and Evil Dead 2. They were praised, but I feel like that film series never got the proper respect in theaters.
Should have been a lot sooner.
And I feel like if they had had a chance to go back with Bruce Campbell's also another actor that really never got his dues.
True.
As far as like being, and he was an incredible actor, good looking guy. He was great. I feel like if that had been a theatrical release with what they did with Ash versus Evil Dead with stars, it would have been monumental, especially if Sam Raimi had come back and directed it. But either way, look, I'm not going to go back and worry about pissed on bananas because they taste like garbage.
Banana.
And nothing benefits us by looking in the past and being like, oh fuck, I wish it had happened like that. 2020 vision is hindsight. I'm happy that it's in the news. I'm happy that we're going to have Evil Dead. Rises, and I hope that Bane is the narrator,
and it might be radish shit fuck. It might be. Comment down below with you.
Wait, hold on. I want to say one thing really quick because I know
fuck you.
I mean, if you're ready for it, but I know it's been covered a million times, and it's fine. We're not going to talk about it a long time. I just want to mention how badass and fucking cool that Michael Keaton is in talks to come back as Batman.
I'm excited
for the Flashpoint, and you can't get enough of
it's deep.
It's goddamn Michael Keaton.
It could be the most amazing thing that you've ever seen in your life.
It could be a fucking turd on the sidewalk of Taco Bell, and I would still watch it if Michael Keaton was dressed up as Batman one more time.
I wanna know what.
And by the way, it makes so much fucking sense because in Flashpoint he could go back in time and change shit, and then he's fucking Batman. What if they make him Thomas Wayne?
No, they're not gonna make him Thomas Wayne because they're talking about the other dude,
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
That's a whole different thing.
God damn
shit. Comment down below with your all's thoughts. How do you guys feel about Scream 5? How do you guys feel about Evil Dead
Rise?
Evil Dead Rise.
Oh, Rise. What are they saying? Rise.
We love your fucking faces. If you're new to the channel, click that subscribe button to get some goddamn way up in you. And seriously though, all I want to say is I said, goddamn!
Oh, fucking shit and bitch and holes and all sorts of donut fucking vomit.